Daly Dems doing the work, making noise, and fighting back, day 82. It's a final day of Terry Sewell's week on Repping the Rep, so I hope you've enjoyed learning about her this week. She's having a community conversation, which is her version of a town hall on Wednesday, April 23rd, that will be focused entirely on the federal cuts. She will have special guests, including local government officials and organizations and companies that are affected. Troy Carter released the first episode of his new podcast called What Makes America Tick. This episode, his guests were the top leadership at Essence Fest and Essence Magazine. So it's all about Black female power and so much more. Maxwell Frost and Jim McGovern were today's WTF show. And they talked about a lot of things, but they spent the most time on El Salvador and the power of the people right now. A few days ago, I talked about how Marc Desaulniers was having an immigration town hall. Some people got worried that it could be dangerous, but it went off completely without a hitch. And he did 3 interviews with 3 local publications before and after the event. Also at the event, he said he's totally game to go down to El Salvador. Greg Landsman has today's Democratic Daily Download, where he uses either tea packets or mustard packets, I can't totally tell what those are, to explain the Republican budget scheme and how destructive it will be. Not is this only one of my favorite Democratic Daily Downloads, but I saw one single negative comment. This worked for everyone. We now know that Hegseth and Noem are not recommending that DT invoke the Insurrection Act. But we didn't know that this morning. And that's when the House Judiciary Dems posted this, which is an article or a letter from Jamie Raskin, explaining why it would be foolish for DT to invoke it. It's still absolutely a worthwhile read, even though it might seem a little less dire to do so. Tammy Duckworth went on The Daily Show, where she talked about the VA, the importance of the VA, the cuts to the VA. Everything you might want to understand about the VA is explained in this interview. And finally, I couldn't not. Chris Van Hollen did a press conference after arriving back in Dulles from El Salvador. We learned how much money the U.S. is paying El Salvador to keep our people there. We learned that Kilmar Abrego Garcia was moved to a different facility, and so much more. I also would be remiss if I didn't mention that this is his own YouTube account. Every single time he opens his mouth, it is on his YouTube page. And this isn't new. He's been doing this for a really long time. This is how we want everyone to use YouTube. Comment with a coin, because that's how much money these programs that Republicans are trying to cut will have left. Our voices are our superpower, but only when we use them.